big sis. Got a question for you. I think I know where you're living now. Did you move to Stormbring? Why do you ask? I was doing some shopping downtown, and I could have sworn I saw someone who looked just like you. She was wearing your exact same style of clothes, plain, boring, outdated, tacky. There's no way there's anyone else out there who dresses as badly as you do. So what if I am living in Stormbring? What's it to you? I have an announcement to make. I just moved to Stormbring, too. You moved? Harry's company transferred him over here, so we just moved here a little while ago. Is that so? I wasn't aware that his company had a branch in Stormbring. Uh-oh, is this where you try to pry more information out of me? About what? About what Harry, the man who left you because you were a useless, dried-up, barren old hag and married me, is doing these days. Look, don't even bother trying, Nicole. Harry has completely put you out of his mind. You're nothing to him anymore. He's head over heels in love with me. I can barely keep him off me at night. Jamie, please, it's been 7 years. I have absolutely no interest in him, and I haven't for quite some time now. You're not fooling anyone. What, do you want me to still be pining for him or something? Like, is your affection for Harry only based on your hatred for me? No. He's a total dreamboat. I would love him even if he was never married to you. Good for you. Is that all you wanted to tell me? Can I go now? I'm pretty busy over here. Hold it right there, Nicole. Tell me what your address is. Now that we're living so close to each other, I'd love to come over and catch up. So, listen, Nicole, I have got to tell you this. I am absolutely loving my life as the mom of Harry's child. Isn't it insane? The child that made Harry break up with you and marry me is now already 6 years old. He's going to go into first grade this fall. Oh, and he's a boy, by the way. Did I tell you the baby was a boy? He's such a bundle of energy. It's adorable how much he runs around and plays. Sometimes it's even a little bit too much for me. It's like, good grief, let me take a break, sweetie. Mommy's already played soccer with you 3 times today. I need a vacation bad. Well, if it isn't Jamie again. Look, would you please stop texting me at random times during the day to send me completely pointless messages? This is the phone number that I use for work, and it's really distracting to have my notification list so filled up with your nonsense that I can't find messages from my clients. Aw, don't be that way. We're sisters, aren't we? So yeah, let me tell you about this absolutely hilarious thing he did in the park the other day. I'll pass. We were walking down the sidewalk, and then this old guy with a dog comes by. I am blocking your number. Goodbye forever. What? Hey, you can't block me. Hey there, Nicole. It's your favorite little sister Jamie again. Oh, for the love of... You got a new phone number just to bother me? Kinda? But I mean, since we're living in the same city now and everything, I thought that it would be kind of important to have some way to contact you in the event of an emergency or something. I wouldn't even want you to contact me to warn me of an incoming tornado about to destroy my house. Come on, Nicole, why are you being so stuck up like this? I've been doing nothing but babysit my kid all the time. I didn't have anything fun to do until you came along. I don't want to throw away my new toy just a few days after I got it. I'm a toy to you, huh? Yep, and playing with you is the most fun I've had since you stopped talking to me after I stole your husband. Anyway, like I said, give me your address. It wouldn't do you any good. I don't live in Stormbring. Huh? Whoever you saw downtown the other day, I can tell you for sure that wasn't me. Seeing as I've never even set foot in that city in my entire life. You're such a bad liar, Nicole. Do you really expect me to believe that I didn't recognize my own sister? Believe it or not, it's the truth, so... Sorry, sis, but I'm not gonna let you spoil my fun so easily. I finally found you after all these years, so I have a lot of gloating to catch up on. It's whatever. We live in the same city anyway. And since I know what store you shop at, it won't take any time at all for me to track you down by myself. Hey there, Mariana. Sorry to message you out of the blue like this. Is now a good time? Oh, wow, Nicole, it's so great to hear from you. It's been ages. I've been meaning to contact you myself for a while now, but I assumed you'd been pretty busy. Well, yeah, you assumed correctly. Fortunately, though, I've been able to get help from the people in my inner circle, which makes things a little easier than they could be, but it's still a bit of a mess. If you're taking time out of your busy schedule to message me, then I suppose this probably has something to do with Harry and Jamie. You're just as perceptive as ever. For the last several days, Jamie has been absolutely blowing my phone up with messages all day, every day. So I thought something fishy may be going on and figured I should look into it. You and Harry are cousins. Have you heard anything from them lately? If not directly, from your parents or other relatives? I really can't shake the feeling that something weird is going on. Well, yeah, there kind of is. I thought so. Would you mind filling me in? Okay, and to make a long story short, Harry and Jamie got divorced about a month ago. What? Why? You probably heard that Jamie's kid is 6 now, right? Well, it turns out Harry isn't the father. What the? Hold on. This is the 6-year-old kid that resulted in our marriage breaking up 7 years ago, right? Yeah, that's the right kid. So I'm not sure how everything went down exactly, but for some reason, Harry found out a while back that he was infertile, to the point that he would most likely never be able to have a child of his own. That made him concerned about the son that he had always thought was his. And when he got a paternity test done, the results came back that his suspicions were correct. He wasn't the father. Yikes. After he had that bomb dropped on him, he started doing a little more digging. Then he found out that while Jamie had broken up her relationship before she and Harry got married, she was cheating on him with a different guy for most of their marriage. He filed for divorce, and due to all of Jamie's terrible behavior, she was found at fault and got nothing in the settlement. Good grief. And trust me, there's a lot more to tell you. This is the short version of the story. Wow, how could that situation possibly get any worse? I'd love to tell you about it, but it's an awful lot to send by text. And you're really busy over there, aren't you? I've got stuff to take care of myself, so how about we both get all our work done for the day and have a nice long conversation by phone tonight? Is 9 p.m. or so okay for you? Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's do that. Okay, then I'll give you a call around 9 tonight then. Talk to you later, Nicole. Thanks, Mariana. Talk to you later. Hey, Mariana, thanks for telling me about all of that. Seriously, though, I had prepared myself to hear some crazy stories from you, but I still can't believe all of that actually happened. I just hope I told you something that can be useful to you. But what is up with that sister of yours? She never learns her lesson, does she? She actually goes out of her way to specifically avoid learning her lesson. But anyway, it's only going to be a few days. If she doesn't contact me again, then I can just leave it at that. But if she gives me any more crap, then I'm going to give her a piece of my mind and say goodbye to her for good. Hey there, Nicole. Wow, would you believe how much trouble my son has been causing for me today? So my in-laws sent him a new backpack for a present to congratulate him on moving into the 1st grade. And so he's been grabbing things from all over the house and stuffing them inside. Silverware, plates, my cell phone, car keys. I know. I should just be glad that he's strong and healthy, but it's still really exhausting. Sounds terrible. Oh, wait, that's right. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be complaining about my kid to a woman who can't even have any of her own. I mean, how pathetic can you get, losing your husband because you basically aren't even a real woman? I'm so glad I'm not you. I just need to appreciate having my son regardless of how difficult he can be. Yeah, having a kid is hard work. Imagine how hard it is having triplets. Huh? Triplets? I don't want to keep this conversation going any longer than necessary, so I won't beat around the bush. I got remarried 4 years ago. What? Oh, so you mean your husband had triplets from a previous marriage? Nope, they're mine. I gave birth to them. What? Let me tell you, having triplets is not just 3 times the work and cost of having one. It's way more than that. Fortunately, we were able to get by on just my husband's income, so I'm managing to make things work by staying home full-time and having friends, neighbors, and family give me a hand when I can. So, yeah, I definitely feel for you and how much work you have to do to take care of your son. But that's impossible. You're infertile. How do you have triplets? It's quite simple, actually. I was never actually infertile in the first place. What? But hold on. Harry divorced you because you've been trying for 3 years to get pregnant, but you never succeeded. You can't have babies. You're infertile. Then when I was able to give Harry the child he always wanted, he married me. Yep, I know. Since you were pregnant at the time, I decided to take the generous alimony offer he made and divorce him without putting up too much of a fight. But the truth is that I never took a fertility test while we were married. You didn't? I did think about doing it towards the end, seeing as though it's really not normal for 2 young, healthy people to try for 3 years unsuccessfully to get pregnant. But Harry divorced me before I ever got the chance. Oh, I had no idea. Quite the contrary, actually. It turns out that Harry was the one who was infertile after all. Oh no. You know about that? Not at the time, no. I only learned that a little while ago. But how did you know? He never talks to you, so how would you get your hands on that information? You hadn't spoken to me for 7 years and all of a sudden started flooding my phone with texts. You thought you saw me downtown in Stormbring? You were obsessively telling me every little detail about your daily life with your son. I got suspicious that something was going on with you. I called up a few old acquaintances who I expected would be in the know, and they told me everything. From the fact that Harry found out he was infertile to you guys getting divorced and much, much more very interesting information. Then this person told you about my son, too. Oh yeah, I heard all about that. Both that the boy wasn't actually Harry's son and that your ex-boyfriend, his real father, took custody away from you the other day. I have to say, I am shocked, Jamie. You broke up with him because he was too poor for you, but you never even had the decency to tell him that you were pregnant with his child? I wonder if you regretted kicking him to the curb when he pulled up to your house in a new sports car with Child Protective Services in his wake and a court order to remove the boy from your custody. Oh, come on. Who told you about that? They didn't have to go into that much detail. And then there's our parents. They agreed to go along with your marriage to Harry 7 years ago because, in spite of the circumstances, they wanted their grandson to grow up in a home with both his mother and father. But this was just far too much for them to handle. They cut you off, didn't they? What? How did you hear that? How do you think Mom and Dad told me? I heard the gist of the story from someone else, but I called them to hear it directly from them. They apologized profusely to me, too. They said they should have never accepted yours and Harry's relationship, that they were thinking more about their grandchild than they were their own daughter. So, in other words, I know that your son got taken away from you and is now living with his father, not you. You tried to hide him from his father by moving into Stormbring where you thought he couldn't find you. But the long arm of the law did its job, and now you're all by yourself. This is the worst. You know everything, even all the minor details I really didn't want you to know. All I wanted was to gloat about being a mom when you could never have kids, to shove my happiness in your face while you were alone and miserable. I never thought my son would be taken away from me. And not to mention, you have triplets? What on earth is going on here? Everything is all topsy-turvy. So you have your big happy family and I'm alone with a massive amount of debt from Harry divorcing me? And all of it is 100% your own fault. It hurts, doesn't it? Stop mocking me! Hey, where are you? Why aren't you in Stormbring? What? I saw you at the store. You always shop downtown, followed you home, and finally figured out where you lived. But it wasn't you. It was just someone who looked like you. Oh yeah, you mean that woman that you saw and thought was me a while back? I was pretty clear about it back then. Whoever you saw in that store was not me. And again, I do not live in Stormbring. I've never even been there. Then where are you? If your husband is making enough to support 3 kids on 1 income, then you've got more than enough to help out your own little sister. I am behind on rent and utilities, plus I also have some payments to make on my legal bills from the divorce proceedings. So you're gonna have to lend me some money. What? No way. Why not? Okay, really? I should not have to explain that to you at this point. After everything you've done? Ugh. Nicole, I am completely on my own. I have nothing, no one. Sounds like a good opportunity to me. Huh? Opportunity? A good opportunity for you to turn your life around. Up until now, you've always been leeching off of other people's money in order to get by. Now that you have no one to help you, you'll finally have the chance to learn how to take care of yourself for once in your life. You can't talk to me like that. You're my sister. Now tell me where you live so I can stay with you. I'm just about to live in the sky for a while. You what? The sky? And then tomorrow I'll be living on the ocean. What the? Huh? What are you talking about? I'm going on a cruise, you idiot. We're taking an airplane to the port, then going on a 2-week luxury cruise on the ocean. No way! About to board. Good luck with the debt collectors, Jamie. Nicole, wait, don't go. Take me with you. With nowhere else to go and no one else to turn to, Jamie went to the only person in the world who she had a chance at being able to rely on, her ex-boyfriend, the father of her son. She put on some extra revealing clothes and expensive perfume and marched her way right up to his front door. But when she knocked and the door opened, it was not her ex-boyfriend, but some old man she had never met in boxers and a white t-shirt. Now, most people would simply apologize for showing up at the wrong house if something like that were to happen, but what did Jamie do? She screamed at the top of her lungs. As a result, rather than having a conversation with her ex-boyfriend about getting back together, she had a conversation with the police about disturbing the peace. Unbeknownst to her, the ex-boyfriend had already gotten married to someone else and moved out of his old house. Fortunately for her, since she hadn't committed any chargeable crime, the police let her off with just a warning. Fearing that she would soon get herself into even more financial or legal trouble if they didn't do something, our parents decided to take drastic measures. They enrolled her in a re-education camp, changed their phone numbers, and sold their house. Will this re-education camp finally fix whatever is broken inside my sister? I'm doubtful, but I suppose it couldn't possibly make her any worse. Hey Travis, is this a good time?
Hey there, Emily. Sure, I'm good right now.
First off, I'm glad to hear you were released from the hospital.
Thanks, it's great to be out.
And you're coming back home tonight, right?
Yep, I'm actually almost at the station already.
That's great.
I should be getting there right on schedule at about 4:30.
I'll come and pick you up.
Thanks, Emily.
Seriously though, collapsing on the job from overwork? That's just insane. When I heard that you were taken to the hospital in an ambulance from your office, I thought I was going to have a heart attack. And that's not even your regular assignment. You were only transferred from the main office temporarily because the branch office was short-staffed. And here I am, your fiancé, unable to come and see you because you're so far away. I feel so bad I haven't been able to support you, Travis.
You don't need to feel bad about anything, Emily. I'm sorry I made you so worried about me, but I'm fine now. I'll be going back to my regular duties at the main office next week, so I'll be able to relax and get back into the swing of things at my own pace. Plus, I think this experience has given me some great insights that the company can use going forward related to creating a positive working environment. So when I think about it, there are actually plenty of silver linings to me being in the hospital.
Oh, Travis, you're such an optimist. Oh, and by the way, there was something my dad wanted to ask you about.
Yeah, what is it?
He wants to know if you have some free time tomorrow?
Yeah, I don't go back to work until next week, so tomorrow should be fine.
Apparently there's something he wants to ask you to do before you go back to your regular job at the main office.
Really? Any idea what it is?
He said he'll give you all the details when he sees you tomorrow. He was planning on meeting up with you for lunch if that worked for you.
Sure, that'll be fine. When should I head over there? Around 11:30 or so?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll let my dad know you're coming. Excuse me, I'm looking for Travis. Is this the correct number?
Yep, that's me. I presume this is Ms. Butler, right? I'm actually on my lunch break right now, but is there something I can help you with?
My understanding is that this is your very first day working at the main office after being assigned to a branch office, right? And you collapsed from overwork while there?
Yes, that's right. Although to be more precise, it was only a temporary assignment at that branch office.
Temporary?
Yes, I was originally stationed at the main office. For a number of reasons, I was temporarily stationed at the branch office in Fieldsburg for a few months, but boy, I had no idea how heavy the workload was going to be. Right before I was scheduled to end my assignment in Fieldsburg and come back to the main office, well, I kind of just collapsed all of a sudden and was in the hospital for 3 weeks.
I see. However, I don't understand how you could have had that hard of a workload.
Honestly, it was a big surprise to me, too.
If I had to venture a guess, the only reason you were sent to that pathetic little branch in the middle of nowhere was because you were nothing but dead weight at the main office in the first place. That's the only reasonable explanation. Only an incompetent slacker would be overworked in such an unimportant position. Of course, I suppose there's always the possibility that you simply faked your health scare in order to avoid having to do your job.
No, I wasn't faking it. I was actually pretty sick. They wouldn't have kept me there for 3 weeks before releasing me if that weren't the case.
In any case, it seems as though you managed to spend your entire morning simply going around and talking with the heads of each department. Do you really think someone in your low position has any need or reason to do that? I expect you to be doing your actual job in the afternoon. Hey, Travis. Well, it's been a few days. How's it going back at the main office? Are you getting along all right?
Well, let's just say I had a less than pleasant encounter with a colleague.
Ooh, that doesn't sound good. What happened?
Do you know a female manager named Butler?
Oh, yeah, I do. She got transferred to the main office from a local branch office around the same time you came back from the hospital. She's actually pretty well known around here for, well, a couple of reasons. First, getting appointed to a high-level managerial position at 38 years old, like she was, is pretty rare here. So her superiors apparently saw some sort of potential in her. But she also has a rather, how should I put this? Let's call it a strong personality.
Yeah, that sounds about right. To be honest, though, we've been working together in the same office for the last several days, but I haven't really seen anything from her in either her work or personality that would merit her being placed in a high leadership position.
Really? What makes you say that?
So, this is something that happened on my first day back. All I had planned for that day was making the rounds and speaking to the heads of all the departments in the morning, then straightening out my desk and getting things organized in the afternoon. But once I got back from my lunch break, there was this absolute mountain of papers stacked on my desk with a note on top saying, "Get these to me by the end of the day." I mean, really? I hadn't even had the time to turn on my computer yet, so this wasn't something that I was going to be able to get done that day at all. But that wasn't even the worst part. Then I picked up some of the folders and checked their contents. It looks like Butler had started working on a bunch of it, but they were full of spelling mistakes, grammatical errors, miscalculations. It was awful.
Yikes, that's not good.
And the other people in the department were pretending to be working intently on one thing or another, but they weren't actually getting much done. It's like they were putting on a show.
Now that you mention it, I did hear a rumor about your department. Apparently, when you walked into the office this morning, all the other people in the department started trembling. Everyone except for Butler, that is.
I'd imagine that's because I did the unimaginable. The official narrative was that I had been sent over to the Fieldsburg branch as a form of unofficial punishment. No one who gets sent there ever comes back, so it was kind of like they were seeing a ghost.
Yeah, or a zombie or something.
And by the way, don't worry about those guys. I've got my eye on all of them. I even managed to get a couple of apologies out of them for what happened before.
That's my Travis. You work fast.
That's what they pay me for. Still, though, it would be for the best to remain cautious for the foreseeable future.
I can't say I'm surprised, Travis. You put the bare minimum effort required into the assignments you were given and spent the rest of your time playing around on your computer.
Excuse me, Ms. Butler. We work on the same floor, and your desk is barely halfway across the room from mine. Can I ask why you're texting me instead of coming to my desk and speaking to me in person?
Unbelievable. You really don't get that I'm trying to avoid disturbing the other employees?
Nope, I really don't get it. When I saw your text, I assumed that it must have been something urgent, but that doesn't seem to be the case, so what can I do for you?
What happened to the work I left for you earlier this week?
If you're referring to the massive pile of folders you dumped on my desk, none of that is any of my responsibility in the first place, so I passed them along to the people you should have given them to.
You did what?
Furthermore, the number one priority for me for the next several days is the creation of a report from my time over at the Fieldsburg branch. Didn't you get the memo?
Oh, don't patronize me. Of course I got that thing. However, I am the senior manager of this department, and as such, you take your orders from me and no one else. Your number one priority is whatever I tell you it is. Good grief, how incompetent can you be? I can't take it anymore. You're through. I don't need any more old men in my life just taking up space. You're fired.
Old?
You're 32, aren't you? Well, that's old enough for me to call you old.
All right, well, I suppose you're free to see me as being old if you like, but what makes you think you can fire me? Senior managers don't have that sort of authority.
What's that? You think that just because I'm a woman that I have no authority in the company? Oh, let me assure you, someone as elite as myself is more than capable of ending your career. Clear out your desk. You'll receive your pink slip in the mail within the week.
Is that so? Well, that's unfortunate. I got called an old man by a 38-year-old woman.
What? Let me guess, it was Butler, right?
You guessed it.
Wow, well, if she thinks that you're an old man at 32, I can't imagine what she must think of the married man she's dating right now.
Oh boy. Does that mean...
You guessed it. The investigation is still kind of ongoing, but I can confirm with full confidence that all the rumors are 100% accurate.
Well, looks like we have all we need.
All that we need and more.
Then I suppose it's time to make our move.
Oh, this is getting really exciting. Travis, what's the meaning of this? You've got a lot of explaining to do. I told the HR director to process your termination, but when I opened an envelope sent to me from his desk today, I wasn't expecting your pink slip. It was mine?
Why do you seem so surprised? The fact that you're texting me to complain about this right now would imply that you've at least seen the recent HR department announcement.
Well, yes, I saw it, but it doesn't make any sense. Why are you the new head of the corporate HR department? I mean, what happened to the previous director?
The same thing that's happening to you right now, Ms. Butler. He's been terminated.
Terminated?
I don't think I need to explain why a senior manager and former HR director having an extramarital affair together would lead to this outcome, Ms. Butler.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is that so? Well, regardless, we've been investigating the two of you.
You can't be serious.
It's bad enough that you personally sought out an affair with a married man, but to make matters far worse, the former HR director then used his position within the company to give professional favors to you, his mistress.
I knew that's what this was all about. You think that a woman could never make it in the business world without sleeping with her boss.
Ms. Butler, I've worked with, under, and above many talented women in my career, and after working with you for all this time, I can say with confidence that you are not one of them.
You wouldn't know talent if it came up and slapped you in the face. You think I was promoted illicitly? Well, what about yourself? How did a low-level employee like yourself all of a sudden get promoted to HR director? Which one of your bosses are you sleeping with,
I was an assistant director before, so I was already just one promotion away from the position.
You were the assistant HR director at your age?
I skipped college and started working right after high school, so I have a substantial leg up on people in my age group in years of experience. It also probably has something to do with the fact that I've been with this company since it was founded.
You joined this company straight out of high school?
Yep. My family's circumstances made it difficult for me to go to college, so I'd already planned on not going. With a bit of luck, I managed to earn the respect of the current company president, so he brought me into the company, and, well, the rest is history.
Hold on just 1 minute. If you were really such a promising employee, then why on earth were you shipped off to the Fieldsburg branch? Everyone knows that's where the company sends all the people who they can't fire to keep the damage they cause to a minimum. Think about it, everyone calls it the graveyard branch. Once you go there, you never come back. They just wait for you to retire or quit, whichever comes first.
Yes, that's exactly what sort of place it is. Which is why all the other main office employees who were bitter that despite my age and lack of a college education, I was on a first-name basis with the president, were so happy when I was transferred there. For them, this was a sign that their constant hazing, bullying, and harassment had finally paid off. I can imagine their shock when I became the first employee in the company's history to return to the main office from the graveyard branch.
How? What sort of trick did you pull to make that happen?
It's true that the Fieldsburg branch has been treated as the end of the line for tenured employees that the company doesn't know what to do with, and that reputation is precisely why I was sent over there. The board of directors has been working on a plan to turn the Fieldsburg branch from a liability to an asset for years, and they came up with the idea to send me over there to work on ongoing employee training and working environment improvement. It took a lot of time and effort, but after a few months, I managed to finally make some tangible, positive changes there. And when I say a lot of effort, I mean a lot of effort. So much so that by the end of my time there, I was so exhausted that I ended up having a health episode that took me 3 whole weeks to recover from. So, while my return was delayed by that slightly, I finally succeeded in my mission and have made my pre-planned return to the main office.
But I didn't hear anything about that initiative.
Oh, and by the way, when I came back to work, the company president made a special request of me.
From the president himself?
First, it was to find out whether the rumors of you having an affair with the former HR director were true, and once that was confirmed, to investigate whether your mysteriously rapid rise through the ranks to senior manager was a result of that affair. And now that my investigation on both points has been completed and my report submitted, the two of you have each received your well-earned punishments.
Oh, this can't be happening. Are you saying that you've been watching me ever since you came back to the main office?
That's precisely what I'm saying, yes.
I had no idea.
And with that, I've said all I had to say, and since you seem to have finally come to understand the situation, I'll go ahead and take my leave here. Enjoy the rest of your day, Ms. Butler.
Wait, but this means that it's now public knowledge that I was cheating on my husband. Oh no, this is bad. Oh, very bad. What am I going to do if my husband finds out? Oh, you're not going to tell him, are you? Travis? Travis!
Ms. Butler's behavior was utterly shocking for a married woman. Naturally, both Ms. Butler and the former HR director were divorced by their respective spouses, and they broke off their relationship as well. Also, since they had kept their illicit affair going for around 5 years, their spouses were awarded tremendous damages during the divorce proceedings. Furthermore, since the two of them were fired for cause, they both lost their pensions. Combined with the child support payments they now had to pay to their spouses as a result of losing custody of their children, they both had to take on a tremendous amount of debt. Word of their actions spread through the region, making it impossible for either of them to find a new job at the same pay grade they were at before. They had no choice but to take hourly wage positions at local businesses. This was the event that sparked the great spring cleaning of the company by the father of my fiancée, the company's president. What's more, he's been telling me lately that he wants to pass the reins of the company on to me after he retires. It really is an honor to have him think so highly of me. I had nothing when he brought me into the company, and now I have a home, a family, and a future secured, all thanks to him. I intend to work as hard as I can to live up to his high expectations. Hey, Mallory, how's it going? I was planning on making a trip back home next weekend. Do you have any plans?
Hey there, Norm. You're coming back, next weekend?
Well, yeah, I figured that if you were going to be around, that I'd make the trip back to see you. I'm only asking because you go on a ton of trips with your friends. It seems like you're gone every other weekend. There wouldn't be any point in me coming back if you weren't going to be around, so I wanted to make sure you weren't going anywhere before I made any reservations or took any time off of work.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Norm. But you know me, I'm going on another trip next weekend. My friends and I are going to the usual rental house by the lake.
Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know. Hope you have a good time.
I'm sorry, Norm. This is the first time I've heard of you making plans to come home.
Nah, it's all right. Don't worry about it.
It's just, well, ever since you got transferred out of the state for work, it's been so quiet around the house that I don't really feel like being home if I can avoid it.
Hey, you've got nothing to feel bad for, Mallory. I'm glad you found something to keep yourself occupied while I'm away. Like I said, I didn't give you very much advance notice, so don't worry about me. You go and have fun with your friends.
Thanks for being so understanding, Norm. Hey, I'm actually at lunch with my friends right now. Is it okay if I put down my phone? I'm sorry to cut you off so suddenly.
Oh, you're with them right now? More bad timing by me, I guess.
It's no problem. I'll talk to you later, Norm.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you. Go ahead, Norm. I'm all ears. My wife Mallory is going on a vacation next weekend with some friends. You hear anything about that? Ooh, me? Nah, I don't know a thing, bro. Know who she's going with? Whoever it is, it's not me. Ever since I learned she was your wife, I've been keeping our conversations to a bare minimum. Like I only contact her when she contacts me, and whenever she does, I make sure to give you a full report and respond how you tell me to. And even if she tells me that she wants to hang out, I always turn her down, like you told me to. I see. Well then, maybe she's telling the truth and she's going on a trip with her friends. Or perhaps she's got a man other than you. I guess those are the only options. You think so? Look, Tom, really, it's fine. You don't need to feel bad about it anymore. I know that Mallory lied to you and said she was single back when the two of you were dating and you had no idea she was married at all, let alone to me. And now you're even helping me keep tabs on her. I'm really glad to hear you say that, but I still feel really bad about what happened. I told you, you don't need to apologize anymore. I can tell you're sincere about it. Thanks, dude. That really means a lot to me. I'm gonna have the private detective firm I hired do the digging into this trip she's taking next weekend. All I need you to do for me is to keep up the act and act like you don't know that I know about you guys. Most importantly, don't say anything that would make Mallory suspicious. Leave it to me, boss. I won't let you down again. Hey, Mallory, how's your trip going?
Hey, Norm. It's going great. Thanks for asking.
Glad to hear it. What are you up to right now?
Well, we already got set up in the rental house, so now we're getting ready to have some lunch. And we're going to go down to the beach in a little bit, too.
Sounds awesome. Don't have too much fun without me, okay?
Sure thing, Norm. I'll remember to hold back a little for you.
Hey, Tom, got an update. It's like I thought. Mallory has another guy besides you. You found out who it was? Sure did. Apparently the guy is an old classmate of hers from back in high school. I'll bet anything they met up at their class reunion 6 months ago and have been seeing each other ever since. 6 months ago? But wait a second, that's exactly how long she's been seeing me! And not just that, it's been just 7 months since I got stationed over here for work. My God, that woman didn't even wait a month after her husband left the house to start fooling around with a bunch of guys. We also can't leave out the possibility that she has even more guys on the hook that we just don't know about yet. Holy! Wow, I cannot believe how awful my taste in women is. How many dudes is this chick banging right now? You know, no offense, Norm, sorry, but man, that girl is something else. She deceived me, she deceived you. Chances are she's deceiving this other guy as well, Tom. There's no need for you to feel bad or guilty. We're all her victims. Let's just focus on giving her a taste of her just desserts, all right? Yeah, we're gonna absolutely wreck her, dude.
Hey, Tom, do you have a minute? There's something important I need to talk to you about.
Oh, Mallory, haven't heard from you in ages. What's up, babe?
Well, the thing is, I'm pregnant.
What?
And, well, there's one more thing that I need to tell you. I know once I say it, you're gonna think I'm the worst woman in the world, but you deserve to know. The truth is, I'm married. I told you I was single, but my husband's just out of town on business. He's been transferred to a branch out of state for the last 3 months. He hasn't been home since he left. And so, since I haven't seen my husband at all, that means the baby is yours, Tom.
Whoa, that's pretty heavy, babe.
I know, this must be a huge shock for you. But I also want to tell you that you're the one I really love, Tom. And now that I know about this baby, I think the best thing possible to do is tell my husband about us, divorce him, and pay whatever damages he demands from me as soon as possible. Well, the problem is, though, that I only work part-time. I spend most of my day as a housewife, so can you pay my legal bills for me? Please, Tom.
Whoa, what?
I mean, think about it, Tom. Your parents own that fancy French restaurant, right? You should be able to shell out $50,000 or $60,000 like nothing.
I guess you kinda have a point. If it's my kid, I should probably step up and take responsibility and all that, huh?
I'm so glad you understand. Oh, what a relief. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and text my husband to tell him I'm divorcing him. Thanks, Tom. Hi, Norm. We need to talk. It's important.
Mallory? What's the matter? You sound so serious.
I want to get divorced.
What?
Yeah. I've been cheating on you with another guy, and the baby is his.
Another guy?
I'm only 10 weeks along, and since you've been gone for 7 months, that means it couldn't possibly be yours. So I want a divorce. Now. My boyfriend is going to pay all the expenses for the divorce, so please, let's get this over with as quickly as possible. I'll go ahead and pick up all the forms that we'll need in town tomorrow.
You know what? Nah, I'm not gonna divorce you.
What? You're joking, right?
Nope. I'm dead serious, Mallory. This isn't something I'm gonna let you get away with so easily. This is your boyfriend's kid, right? You know, the guy you were cheating on me with? As your husband, I have the right to know who he is, and you're gonna tell me everything I need to know to find him.
But...
Seriously, Mallory, did you really think I'd divorce you quick and easy? Is that how you imagined this conversation happening?
But what's the big deal? My boyfriend is gonna pay whatever you want in damages for breaking up our marriage. Why do you need to know who he is?
You want to know why? I'll tell you. Because the thing I'm most concerned about right now is knowing exactly who is responsible and making sure he gets what's coming to him. This isn't something that you can just make disappear with a big stack of cash. Hey, Tom, Mallory just texted me now saying she wants to divorce. Apparently she's pregnant with her boyfriend's kid. Did you hear anything about that? Yeah, I sure did. She just texted me a little bit before she texted you. She said she was sure the kid's mine, though I'm pretty sure it isn't, and she also admitted that she was married. She also said she was going to divorce her husband and wanted me to pay all of her legal bills for her. Seriously? Good grief. Oh, and for the record, she's trying to keep the father's identity a secret from me. She won't tell me who he is. Huh, that's interesting. I kept trying to pry it out of her, but she wouldn't budge. All she would tell me is that she's in her 10th week of pregnancy, so if that's true, then that means it's definitely not mine, seeing as I haven't seen her in 7 months. Man, 10 weeks. Which brings us to a new problem. There's a possibility that the child might be yours, Tom. Nah, don't worry about that. It ain't mine. You're sure about that? What makes you think that way? If you want, I'll take a DNA test to prove it, but I'm telling you, I'm 100% positive that the kid's not mine. Scratch that, 1,000% positive.
Hey Norm, the results are in. I got the paternity test and it says that the kid isn't yours. Are you happy now? Is that enough for you? Now come on, divorce me. My boyfriend and I are deeply, truly in love, and we want to get married as soon as possible. You've already kept us waiting a month now. Let's get this over with already. I want a divorce and I want it now.
Didn't you get a big envelope with paperwork from my lawyer?
Huh?
You'll find all the information you need inside, like how much I'm gonna be suing you for. And as for the divorce itself, I'll take care of that myself today.
Really? You mean it?
Unless I missed something in the paperwork, it seems to be in order, so I'll submit it to the courthouse, and once that's done, you can do whatever you want.
Yes!
Make sure you pay up.
Oh, no problem. You'll get your money. Hey Tom, I have great news. I finally got divorced from my husband. Now all we need to do is wait for the paperwork to get processed, pay off the damages from my husband's lawsuit, and we'll finally be able to get married. We're gonna have such a great life together. I can't wait to see you holding our little baby.
What are you going on about? I ain't marrying you, you psycho lady.
What? Why not? You're gonna be a daddy. Aren't you excited to see your baby's face?
Nope, not really.
I don't believe you. You can't run away from your responsibilities like this. You're a man, aren't you? Act like one.
Let me ask you something, Mallory. Did you actually open the envelope that got delivered to you?
Huh? I mean, not all of it, I guess. Tom, I thought that was part of the paternity test results. What the hell, Tom? You're infertile?
Yup. And not just any kind of infertile. The you will never, ever, ever, ever have biological children kind.
This can't be.
This may be the first time I've told you, but you remember my parents, right? The ones who you were banking on getting to pay your legal bills for you because they own a fancy French restaurant? Well, I've cut ties with them.
What do you mean?
It all started when I first found out I was infertile.
What happened?
That restaurant's been in my family for generations, and since I was the firstborn son, I was supposed to be the next owner after my dad dies. I was even engaged to a woman who was prepared to take on the responsibility of helping me run it. But both of our parents demanded we get a prenuptial agreement that included a bunch of tests, including STDs, genetic diseases, and fertility. And as you saw, the result came back that I was infertile.
Oh no.
After that, my parents decided to pass the restaurant on to my younger brother, and my fiancé left me too, for my younger brother. I was so disgusted to see how heartless everyone involved turned out to be, including my parents, my ex-fiancée, and my brother. So I disowned them, cut off all contact with them, and left town.
That's insane. Why didn't you ever tell me that?
Nah, I'm pretty sure I told you I don't have a relationship with my family anymore. And as for being infertile, well, we've never talked about marriage, so it never came up. It's kind of funny, actually, just when I was about to finally open up to you about it. An old friend of mine called me up one day and told me something I never saw coming, that you were married to him. And then just a short while later, you come along and tell me I'm the father of your baby.
Is there any chance at all that the test was faulty and that you really aren't infertile?
Nope, I did the test a second time right after the first to confirm it, and the one you're holding in your hands right now is the third one. And they all say the exact same thing. There's a number that should be a very big number, but it's actually close to 0.
Oh.
Which leads us to an unfortunate conclusion, that while your husband was away on business, you were fooling around with at least one other guy in addition to me.
No, you don't understand. That's,
Oh, and there's one more important thing I need to tell you.
What now?
Once I tell you this, I think things are gonna start making a lot more sense. Your husband, Norm, we went to the same high school. He was 1 grade ahead of me.
What?
Not too long after I had left home, I just so happened to run into Norm. This happened just before he got sent out of the state for work. We got to talking and we exchanged contact information. 3 months ago we were talking and I told him, by the way, I managed to get myself a new girlfriend recently. Then I sent him your picture and he said, that's my wife. That was when Norm started going scorched earth on you. He hired a private detective and everything. It didn't take long for them to find out what a slimy, disgusting woman you are. And you're now finally reaping what you've sown.
No. I can't believe it. I had no idea that was going on. Hey, Norm, I changed my mind. I don't want to get divorced after all. So it turns out my baby's father is actually, a penniless loser who would rather play video games all day than go to work. He's up to his eyeballs in debt, and he can barely hold down a job since he calls in sick so often. And I count on someone like him to take care of me and this baby. When I figured that out, I thought I would have Tom be the father instead, but... Answer me, Norm! Norm, please pick up the phone.
A few days later, the next set of paternity results came, and as expected, the child belonged to Mallory's high school classmate. Sadly, though, Mallory wasn't prepared to get married to a chronically unemployed slacker, so the two of them broke up. Also, as expected, Mallory's parents were livid when they heard what she had done. They told her that they weren't going to bail her out and that she'd have to work off her legal debts by herself. So she ended up deciding to go right to work as soon as the baby was born. They even offered to take care of the baby for her while she was at work, which was probably kinder to her than they should have been. Regardless, a few months later, Mallory stormed her way into Tom's parents' house. She started screaming nonsense to them about how they were now on the hook for taking care of her baby and her debt, but unsurprisingly, they didn't oblige her. After that, Mallory's parents realized that she was beyond their help, legally removed the baby from her custody, and had her sent off to a company with employee dorms and a thorough re-education protocol. Not that it's any of my concern anymore, but I hope that company can slap some sense into her. Metaphorically speaking, of course. Maybe after a few months there, she'll learn how to live her life in a way that doesn't damage the lives of everyone who she encounters.
Good morning, Tony. Can you believe it's almost time? The rest of our life begins tomorrow.
Morning, Carly. Yup, it really is tomorrow. Ain't it crazy how quickly it came round? By the way, Carly, I'm sorry to keep asking you this, but are you sure you're really okay with our wedding being so small?
Are you really bringing this up again? I'm not in contact with any of my relatives, and I haven't been back to my hometown in over 10 years, so there aren't many people I can invite. Why do you keep raising this issue when I've already told you this? I don't see the point in having a huge, extravagant ceremony where most of the seats are empty.
I see. Yeah, you're right. Sorry for bringing it up again. I'm a one-time divorcee with a kid, but this is your first marriage. I hear all the time about how much women love having huge weddings, and I guess it just played on my mind. I don't want you to be disappointed, that's all.
It's fine, really. Sure, there are girls like that out there, but I'm not one of them. For me, a small ceremony with just me, you, and your friends and family is enough. I promise you I won't complain, Tony. I wouldn't like having lots of people fussing over me anyway. I've always been the shy type, you know?
Got it. I really am sorry I keep bringing it up. I won't mention it again.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know you only do it because you care. That reminds me, will you be bringing Beth with you tomorrow?
No, I decided against it in the end. She'd probably be grouchy if I woke her up that early. I think aligning her with my schedule would be too stressful. I dropped her off at my folks' place in the next town last night, and they'll be bringing her with them in their car tomorrow. Besides, I wouldn't know the first thing about getting a little girl dressed up for a wedding. I feel much more at ease knowing my mom will be dealing with all that. Can you imagine me trying to do her makeup?
Now that you mention it, I think it's for the best. I guess your folks having her works out for everyone, what with me and you being so busy. All right, see you tomorrow.
Yep. Remember, we're all meeting up at 8 a.m. outside the venue.
Tony, is now a good time?
Oh, hey, Mom. Sure, I'm not too busy right now. Is Beth behaving herself?
Oh, Beth's being just delightful as always.
I guess I didn't really need to ask. I feel blessed to have such a well-behaved daughter.
Anyway, Tony, Beth just told me something a little worrying, so I decided to message you.
Worrying? What's wrong?
She's here with me now. She's going to tell me what she wants you to know, and I'm going to write it all down here word for word. Do you have time? I'll put everything she says in brackets.
Wow, is everything okay? This sounds serious. Sure, I have time. Go ahead.
Dad, you can't go outside tomorrow.
Why not, Beth? You do know your daddy's getting married tomorrow, right?
A girl was looking at your girlfriend with a sad face.
A girl was looking at my girlfriend with a sad face? What's that supposed to mean?
You can't get married tomorrow. Carly's a liar.
Beth! What are you talking about, honey?
Tony?
Mom, is that you?
Yes.
What the hell is Beth talking about? I don't understand any of this at all. I know she's never been Carly's biggest fan, but isn't this all a little nuts on the day before our wedding? What's gotten into her?
Listen to me, Tony. Did you make sure to find out about how Beth felt about you and Carly getting married?
Huh? Well, sure, of course I did. She's my daughter, and proposing to Carly wasn't a decision I made on my own. I made sure to consult with her first and make sure she was comfortable with everything before going ahead with it. When Beth gave us her blessing, I proposed and started making the preparations for the wedding. But I would never have done any of it if I wasn't sure Beth was happy. My daughter always comes first, Mom.
I see. Listen, Tony, the thing is, this is just my subjective feeling, so I wasn't even sure whether I should tell you in the first place, but to be totally honest with you, I feel compelled to.
What is it?
I know Beth can be a little sensitive at times, but I've gotten the impression she's been afraid of Carly for some time now.
What? Afraid? But why? Even though she gave us the go-ahead for the wedding?
I think there's a pretty good chance she was hiding her true feelings because she didn't want you to be upset with her. She might have been worried about how you'd react and didn't want to cause any tension or drama between the two of you.
Hiding her true feelings?
Do you think maybe she picked up on something important just before the wedding? And this is why she's saying all this now?
Like what exactly?
Well, wouldn't it have something to do with what she just said to you now? It seemed awfully like she was hinting at something.
I guess it did.
Are you free? Do you think you could come over for a little while to talk this through with her? I think there are some things that are best discussed in person, Tony. Besides, she's only 6 years old. I don't think she has the vocabulary to express what she really means over messages.
Yeah, you're right. I'll be over in a jiffy.
Tony, I was confused when you showed up at my house out of the blue, but I never expected you to call off the engagement. What the hell's gotten into you? We're supposed to be getting married tomorrow.
I'll be calling the venue first thing tomorrow morning to let them know the wedding's off.
No, wait, you can't do this to me. Why? I don't understand.
You mean you can't think of any reason whatsoever why I'd want to break things off with you?
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Did you really think I wouldn't find out?
What are you talking about? I swear I don't have a clue what you're talking about.
When I stopped by at your house earlier, did you think it was the first time I came over today?
Huh?
I needed to confirm something, so I stopped by at your folks' place this afternoon.
Wait, what? Since when do you know where my mom and dad live?
I was blessed with a miraculous opportunity to find out. I intentionally went without announcing my arrival beforehand, and when I got there, I knew I made the right decision. Because when I did, I met a woman claiming to be your mom who you told me was dead, and a little girl who referred to you as Mom. Who exactly is that little girl to you, Carly?
She's one of my relatives' daughters. You see, she has this dumb habit of calling all of the grown-up women in our family Mom. We've been trying to get her to stop, but she won't listen.
Your relatives? Your family? Hang on a second, Carly. Didn't you tell me you have no family?
Oh, that? Well,
So there are other members of your family who are alive and kicking?
No, she's, my friend's daughter.
Drop the act, Carly. I'm done with your crap already. I know everything, so there's no point in trying to hide it. How about you just be honest and make this a lot easier for us both?
What do you mean?
I decided to do a little digging after meeting your dead mom and the girl who called you Mommy.
Digging?
Nothing too crazy. I just went around knocking on a few of the neighbors' doors to see if they could tell me anything that might help make sense of all this. After you went back to your apartment where you live on your own, I found out that she is in fact your mother and the girl is your 4-year-old daughter.
Wait a sec. No way. Did my mom tell you that?
Your mom came clean because she felt bad for me about all the lies you'd subjected me to. Don't be mad with her. You made me believe this was your first marriage all along, didn't you? You lied about being childless, too. It turns out you were a one-time divorcee with a little girl just like me all along. Well, not exactly like me. I divorced my wife because I found out she was cheating on me. But in your case, you betrayed your husband by cheating on him with the gardener and tricked him into believing you were pregnant with his kid when it was in fact your lover's. That was the little girl I found out lives with your mom earlier today. I can't believe you'd try to hide something so important from me. We were supposed to be getting married tomorrow, Carly. I feel like you've plunged a dagger straight through my heart with your lies.
Please, Tony.
Is it true that the only reason you ever wanted to marry me was because you knew my family comes from a long line of rich banking magnates, and I'm set to inherit their massive fortune when my dad dies?
Oh my God, she told you that too?
Holy crap, can you believe I was gonna marry you tomorrow? I would have actually gone through with it if no one had told me about your suspicious behavior. Talk about dodging a bullet.
My suspicious behavior? Wait, did someone tell you about me?
You were witnessed with your daughter by a certain individual I happen to be very close to. That person saw your daughter calling out to you over and over again, "Mommy, Mommy, Mommy." Then she saw you flat out ignore her while she desperately continued trying to get your attention with the most dejected, heartbroken look on her face.
What? Someone saw that?
Yes, and you should know we're not just talking about once or twice here. This is just a guess. But do you think maybe your daughter felt like you were abandoning her so you could marry me? In her eyes, I'm sure I was just some strange old man. Anyway, that was my hunch, and I trusted it. So I decided to go ahead and get the evidence I needed to prove it. After finding out about all this crap, there was no way I was ever gonna go through with the wedding, so I naturally broke off the engagement.
Who saw us? Who told you all this?
That's gonna have to be a no comment.
What? But why? Why do all my secrets have to be exposed? Why won't you tell me yours? This isn't fair.
This isn't a game, Carly. I have no obligation to tell you where I heard any of this. But you did have an obligation to tell me about your past, given the fact tomorrow was supposed to be our frickin' wedding day. Besides, I can't risk telling you who spilled the beans to me because I know you might try to get revenge. I'm keeping my mouth shut for their safety, and it's really important to me to protect them from any potential backlash. If you knew who it was, things could get messy, and I don't want to put them in a tough spot. You hid things from me that you had no right to hide. Marriage is about openness and honesty, and I can't spend the rest of my life with someone who can't even do the basic decency of telling me they have a daughter. If you're still confused, I suggest you have a long, hard think about what you've done. Who knows? Maybe you can use this as an opportunity to become a better person and avoid screwing up so badly with whoever comes next.
I can't believe this. Why are you making such a big deal out of it? Sure, maybe I wasn't totally honest about everything, but we're supposed to be getting married tomorrow. Can't we just let bygones be bygones and focus on the future, on the rest of our lives together?
What are you talking about? Are you insane? The fact that you think lying to me like this isn't a big deal is almost more worrying than the fact you did it in the first place.
But
I don't want to hear your buts. I need to deal with the more pressing matter of telling all of the guests tomorrow's wedding is off. I already told your mom about it.
no, wait, just wait.
Sure, I'll wait. Until you find a lawyer. I'm done speaking to you, so all further communications will go through the official channels.
No, please, don't do this. I'm begging you, baby. Can't we just talk this through like mature, responsible adults before making hasty decisions in the heat of the moment? Don't throw away what we have.
Goodbye.
Tony, please don't do this. I'll do anything. Just give me another chance.
Hey, Mom. Thanks for introducing me to your lawyer friend. He's really good. And I feel a whole lot more relaxed about this whole thing for having him around.
Will you be able to break off the engagement without issue then?
Yeah, it's actually way simpler than I expected it to be. I can't understate how helpful Carly's mom agreeing to cooperate with me has been. I really owe her one. If the lawyer manages to get the compensation documents sent off today, I should get all of the money I asked for within a few days in one lump sum. Oh, and I'll also be charging her for the wedding cancellation fee. It's not as much as I thought it would be, but it's still only right that she covers it.
I'm pleased to hear things are going well, son. I was worried things might get dragged out.
But still, I can't believe it. Carly's mom's been living on the same road Beth goes to school on all this time.
Right. We never really go that way unless we're taking her to school, right?
Exactly. If not for the changes they made to the school districts this year, we'd literally never go to that part of town. I feel awful about having put Beth through all this, but I'm super grateful she helped open my eyes to who the person I was about to marry actually was. I owe her a lot, and I fully intend to let her know what a special little girl she is.
Right, she's been very brave. How about you take her to Disney World as a little reward? I'm sure she'll forget the whole thing in a heartbeat as soon as her favorite theme park is mentioned. Didn't they just open a bunch of new rides based on their mascot, a Flicky Mouse? He's Beth's favorite, right? She has so many posters up in her room, I'm sure she'll jump at the opportunity for a day out there with her dad.
I like the way you think, Mom. Let's do it! You want to come with?
Are you sure you don't mind?
You're the one who told me what Beth had to say when I was in the process of plunging head first into one of the worst decisions of my life, Mom. The least I can do is treat you to a day out at the theme park. You have no idea how grateful I am. Seriously, thank you.
Oh, it's nothing, really. But still, you're right. It's time you reevaluated your choices in women, son. I don't like to get involved in these things, but I can't help but notice a pattern. This is the third woman who's turned out to be no good, isn't it?
Ah, you're right, when you put it like that.
I know you'll probably be focusing on looking after Beth for the time being, but mark my words, son, if and when you do find another girlfriend, I'll be hiring a private investigator.
I'll bear that in mind.
Tony, I have some super good news for you. It turns out we can get married now. I put my daughter up for adoption. There's nothing standing in the way of our love now, so what do you say? Let's get married. Oh, by the way, where are you living these days? I stopped by your apartment, but it was totally empty and had a for rent sign outside. I spoke to one of the neighbors and they told me you moved a little while back. Hello? Are you there? Go on, tell me your new address. Tony, hurry up and tell me your new address so we can be together, baby.
It's been a few months since the divorce now. As you saw, apparently Carly put her daughter up for adoption. My jaw almost hit the floor in stupefaction when I read the messages, so I decided to have the lawyer I used at the time of the divorce get confirmation from Carly's mom just in case. We found out that it was, in fact, Carly's estranged mom and dad who encouraged her to put her daughter up for adoption, because they knew better than anyone how unfit she was to be a mom. It seems like Carly was happy to get rid of her daughter, because she thought it'd mean me and her could get back together and we could finally get married. But by then, I'd moved back in with my mom in our hometown to focus on looking after Beth. I got a new job working from home from my laptop, and the three of us are having a great time together. Even in spite of me making it abundantly clear I never wanted to see my ex-fiancé again, she insisted on bombarding my phone number, email, and my mom's mailbox with letters begging for my forgiveness. With that, I told my lawyer to tell her in no uncertain terms that if she carried on harassing me, I'd be forced to take legal action. That same day, Carly was being broadcast on local news, smashing up my lawyer's office with a sledgehammer before being tased by police and taken away in handcuffs. Something tells me her future ain't gonna be so bright. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did. Did Carly get what she deserved in the end? Let us know in the comments. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See See you next time.